What's up, beautiful people? My name is Asanda and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video I will be sharing with you a simple meatball recipe, and if you'd like to see how I made this dish, then don't go anywhere. So for this recipe I will use lean beef mince. Honestly, you guys, you can buy it anywhere so long as it's nice and fresh. Okay, so let's jump right in. Firstly, I will transfer my mince into a bowl because it will be much easier for me to work with it. Also, as you can see, I am wearing gloves, but you guys can work with your hands if you love it that way. And then we will go ahead and prepare our breadcrumbs. So guys, I didn't go to the store to actually buy breadcrumbs. I reused steamed bread that I had left over at home. I just minced it and crushed it with my hands until I saw that it was nice and crumbly, because I feel like that's the secret. Your breadcrumbs need to be nice and crumbly. Okay, obviously you will remove the hard sides and then you will continue the process until you are satisfied with how crumbly your breadcrumbs are. When they are ready, you will combine them with your mince and then you will start the seasoning process. So firstly, I love to go in with my salt. Then I'll go in with my black pepper just to give it a kick. Then I'll go ahead and go in with my paprika just to give it that zazz, you understand? Anyone who knows me will know how much I love 6 gun grill, so definitely go in with your 6 gun grill. And then you'll go in with your 2 large eggs, okay? Then you will go ahead and grate your cheddar cheese. Guys, I am going to be honest with you. I actually didn't measure how much cheese I did grate because I love cheese so much, but I believe that I grated enough. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop. Then when you are done, you're going to go ahead and mix and combine everything together. So guys, this step for me is very important because you want to make sure that everything that you actually combined with your mince is nicely distributed together so that your meatballs taste the same. So the flavor is nicely distributed and everything is consistent. Okay, so you want to make sure that you mix until you see that everything is nicely combined and you actually can't tell where your breadcrumbs are, where your cheese is, you know, everything. All right, then you'll go ahead and add your parsley, but guys, this step is not compulsory. If you don't have any dry herbs, you can just skip the step. Honestly, I'm just being extra. Okay, so you want to make sure that you combine this thoroughly just to make sure that your herbs are nicely distributed, and then you go ahead and start your molding process. So I did go in with cooking oil on my hands because it helps me to prevent the mince from actually sticking to my hands when I'm molding it. As you can see, you guys, I am using a spoon to measure because I want my meatballs to actually be consistent in terms of size. Then you want to make sure that you mold them and you roll them according to your preference. So I'm just going to repeat this step one more time just in case you missed it. So I scoop the mince with my spoon, I mold it and roll it until I'm satisfied, and then I place it aside. So you guys are going to continuously add, or rather pour, cooking oil onto your hands just to prevent the mince from actually sticking onto your hands, and then you will repeat the process until you are done with your meatballs. Okay, then you'll go ahead to the next step. So now we will preheat our cooking oil. Guys, you can use any preferred brand that you have at home. Really, it's not a train smash. Okay, then you'll go ahead and place your meatballs onto your pan. Please do make sure that you are very gentle and careful when you are handling your meatballs because they are still very soft. So that means they are fragile. You can easily squash them. Okay, and we don't want that, right? One thing to note, guys, about this step is you want to make sure that you cook your meatballs 2 minutes each side, okay? Because you just want them to get thoroughly cooked, you know, just for consistency. So if you feel like you might forget, please do make sure that you set a timer on your phone, or if you do have a stopwatch, you can use that just to make sure that you don't burn your meatballs because they will get hard and we don't want that. All right, so as you can see, I'm turning mine over already and they are nice and golden brown, but I am struggling with making sure that I handle them with care because they are still soft. All right, so as I'm turning them over, I am creating space to actually place more because my frying pan is actually small. all right? But if you have a bigger one, then you won't have those problems, all right? So you just want to make sure that you're consistent with everything that you do, you guys. So now I see that some of my meatballs are ready. Then I'm going to place them aside on a plate or on a tray. So you want to make sure that you put a paper towel so that it can drain all the excess oils coming from your meatballs, all right? Then guys, you will obviously repeat this process until you are done with all your meatballs. So for now, let's just listen to some music. And we are officially done with our meatballs. Child, look at how gorgeous they are. They absolutely look amazing. They're nice and golden brown, cooked to perfection if you ask me. So guys, let us move on to the next step. So let's reuse our pan, all right? I'm going to go ahead and add my diced onions because I believe everyone knows how to dice onions, okay? I already prepared them off camera. Please, guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a spoon of crushed garlic. Obviously going to mix that together just to make sure everything is nicely combined. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my spices. So I've got my all-in-one rajam, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my Big Gun Grill. Guys, I make sure that I use beef spices, all right? And as I said before, 6 gun grill, child, please. Then you want to mix that together and let it simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes, all right? So while we wait, let's prepare our stock cube. So I am using the beef flavored stock cube with less salt because obviously we did put salt already when we were seasoning. So I like to crush this into smaller pieces because it's much easier to dissolve, and if you continue to see lumps in it as you stir, then you'll just mash it with your spoon until it is completely dissolved. And when it is ready, you'll go ahead and add this to your pan. Then we are going to mix this together, you know, just give it a nice stir just to make sure that everything is nicely combined before you move to the next step. And now we are going to go ahead and add our sauces. So first up, I've got my Steakhouse sauce from Jimmy's Sauces. Guys, you want to make sure that you are generous with your sauces because they will give your meatballs that thing, you understand? Then we'll go ahead and add our tomato sauce. Guys, you can use any brand that you have at home. Honestly, tomato sauce is tomato sauce, you know, it doesn't change. Then you'll go in with your garlic peri-peri. Guys, if you don't have garlic peri-peri at home, it's not a train smash. You can just skip the step, all right? Then you will go in with your 6 gun grill. Guys, as I said before, me and 6 guns, same WhatsApp group, together forever, okay? But you can add any barbecue sauce that you have, guys, honestly. It doesn't have to be the 6 gun brand. Then you want to make sure that you give this a nice stir just to make sure everything is nicely combined and that all your sauces have actually dissolved properly. And I'm sure you can already see that the consistency has changed. Now this sauce is much thicker than it was before, all right? So before you add your meatballs, you are going to taste your sauce just to make sure that you are satisfied with all the flavors that are present, and then we will go ahead and add our meatballs. I still can't get over how absolutely gorgeous these meatballs are. Oh my word. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and add our meatballs. If you have a bigger pan, you guys, honestly, this process is going to be faster for you, but because I am using a smaller pan, I am going to struggle with making sure that they all fit into this pan. But let's struggle along. Excuse the noise, you guys. I've got a baby boy that is owning this house, okay? Now that the struggle is over and I managed to fit all my meatballs into this pan, let us let this simmer for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, let's check up on our meatballs. Oh my word, don't they look absolutely delicious? Oh, I can't wait. So on this step, I am going to just turn them over so that in the event that they didn't cook thoroughly, you just want to make sure that all your sides of your meatballs are cooked thoroughly. And I'm also just turning them over because this is also serving as purpose of warming the meatballs, because we have set them aside for quite some time. Okay, and as I said, you guys, I am using a small pan, so this actually looks painful now that I'm watching this video. But don't worry, I am going to change this pan and I'm going to use a bigger one. So please do make sure that you use a bigger pan, because it's going to be a struggle. You might end up making a mess and we don't want that. Okay, after you've completely turned them over and you are satisfied, then you'll go ahead and let this simmer for another 5 minutes. Okay. Alright, 5 minutes is over, and as you can see, you guys, I did go ahead and change my pot. Okay. So I can notice that my sauce is a bit small and also it's a bit runny. So what I want to do is actually add some soup. Okay, so I will be closing this for now, and then I'll go ahead and prepare my soup. So I am going to be using the beef and onion soup. You can use any brand, you guys, but I am using Norux for the purpose of this video. I'm going to prepare it according to the package instructions, and this is how it looks like. All right, then we're going to add it to our meatballs, and then we're going to give this a nice stir just to make sure that everything is nicely distributed and nicely combined before we let it sit in the heat and reboil again. All right, so you just give this a nice stir, just making sure that everything is nicely combined, and then we're going to let this simmer for another 3 to 5 minutes. But after this, you guys, it's game over. It's ready to eat. And it's officially game over, you guys. It's time to eat. So I will be having my meatballs with spaghetti, but you can have them with anything that you prefer, honestly. So I did prepare my spaghetti according to the package instructions, obviously off camera. So now I'm just going to add all of my spaghetti and I'm going to mix it up, because I enjoy my meatballs with spaghetti when it's nice and soaked into the sauce and it's nice and juicy. You understand? I cannot wait. So here you can see that I am mixing my spaghetti, making sure that it is completely soaked with my sauce, because I love it nice and juicy. And as you can see, it's much easier for me to actually mix everything together in a bigger pot. So definitely consider that. Otherwise, I am ready to eat, you guys. Look at how beautiful my dish is. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.